Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are not out fishing because it was a long day at work, and tomorrow's gonna be a long day at work. Every day is a long day at work when you're not fishing, but we are going to do a little boat maintenance today. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to install this onboard charger power port from Minn Kota. I have my charger. It's tucked right up in there. Might be a little hard to see, but it's tucked up in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a spot to mount the power port. There's a few places I've looked since I've already scouted this out. I was gonna mount it up front here, but there's a panel there, there's a panel underneath it, then this whole front deck section is foam, so that'd be a little tough. Coming around this side, I have all my tackle and everything in there, so that would be it's a lot of messing around going on there. So what I'm thinking, so there's my cord coming off the charger. What I'm thinking is I can run it up underneath here. There's a little crack up in there that I can run the cord into, and then sorry about all the movement and then I think we're going to drill right around here, or maybe up in here a little bit. As far as I know, there's nothing underneath that panel. I tried taking the screws out, but couldn't get them all. But it's kind of strange. I got a wall right here, and on that side, there is no wall. So makes you wonder what's up underneath there. But I've reached up as far as I could through the crack to find out what it looks like up there, or what it feels like, and it feels empty. So we're just gonna take a chance and we're gonna drill it out and see how that goes. Now, nice thing about this onboard port is there's no wire splicing or cutting. The plug actually mounts right into that. So let's get started, and if you're afraid to drill holes in your boat, I recommend against this. But if you're not afraid like me, just go ahead and start chopping things up. Okay, the tools we're going to need, obviously, is a drill. It calls for a 1 7/8" hole saw, but I could not find this blade anywhere. So what I did was I bought the hole dozer from Milwaukee Tools, and then later on at another store I couldn't find a full kit, but I did find the hole saw itself. So we're just going to put this on the arbor from this, and that's what we're going to use. And basically you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, and that's pretty much it. It's supposed to be a pretty easy installation. So let's start drilling and see if we run into anything inside the that compartment. Okay, so what I did, I went on the other side in the other locker and measured where that rib was. It comes out approximately 3 inches. So, and then that wall is right here, and so yeah, it's right there. That gives me a couple inches. So I figure I'm gonna go here to the 4-inch mark. And I'm just gonna lift the carpet a little bit here, so I know where to start. So we're just gonna start right there. So hopefully we don't hit anything, and wish me luck. Let's see how this goes. Okay. And I'll vacuum all this up afterwards. We're gonna open this up. Okay, I can see the gap and what all's in there. Running along the floor, there's some wires and stuff. Let me shine in from this gap over here. Yep, I got some wires in there, but nothing was connected directly below here. So, looks like we got lucky and made a hole in a good spot. So, and I am sweating because A, it's hot and humid, but B, anytime you're cutting into your boat, you want to make sure you're doing it right. So let's get that cord ran through and connect the plug. Okay, so what I did was I went and got a clothes hanger out of my wife's closet. I don't think she'll miss it until she sees this video. I'm just gonna run it down there, come through the hole here. And so what I'm gonna do, here's the clothes hanger. Here's my plug. I'm gonna lay the plug right in there and tape it in place so I can pull it through. Okay, let's see if we can pull her through now. Okay, here's our plug. Pull up the slack. There we go. Now I gotta undo this tape. There you go. Now maybe I can fix this coat hanger so my wife doesn't miss it. Let's see. I'll get the pliers and put it back together again. She'll never know it was gone. Okay. I already have this package cut open. So what you want to do is pop that cap open, pull that off, run your cord through this rubber grommet first. Then you have to take this cap off here. Put this under these two screws. Like I said, the neat thing about this is that it's zero splicing. Here's our screw all the way out. Okay, now that's in 2 halves. So you take your plug and you'll see it has the holes. So you just match it up and slide it right in, and there's your plug right there. Then take this side, and you'll see how it's tapered. So you just want to follow that taper, so the flat side back here, you see how that will fit the plug. So that goes to the back. Line up the screws. Get her put in place. And it has some adjustment to it also. So it doesn't have to be a Minn Kota charger, as long as the plug fits is the main thing. So tighten these two screws up. And there's teeth right in here that line up. Make sure they're the same on both sides. And get these both tight. That one's tight there. Both tight. So now you got your plug right here. Now bring your rubber grommet back up. Make sure the cap is facing up when you do this, and then bring it up and just line up the holes so they're lined up. So you got the rubber grommet with the cap lined up with the holes for the cover or for the plug. That snaps right on. That's a really good seal, so it is waterproof or resistant, if you want to call it that. So I'm going to tuck my cable back in. Put that right down there. And we'll fasten it to the boat. Okay, the kit comes with 3 screws made for this cap. I'm going to mount it this direction here. You don't want to go too tight because you might crack the plug housing, I'm guessing. Doing it snug where that rubber grommet will actually push down into the carpet. Suppose you could put a little sealer on there, and I might later on, we'll see. But I need to tighten that one up a little bit more. That one went in at a little bit of angle. Back that one out, and I'm going to reset it so it goes more straight in. There we go. So now that's set in place. I'm not charging. I just push that cap down. Keeps water out of it. And we got our plug installed. A little vacuuming, a little cleaning up. And now the main thing, let's plug it in and see if it works. Okay, I got my AC cord. Let's take this cap, flip it up. And one thing I didn't mention, they recommend putting the plug at least 20 inches away from the charger and the batteries. I'm guessing that's in case there's a spark, you don't blow your boat up. But this one's in a whole separate compartment. So let's plug it in. That's plugged in. And now let's go check the charger, see if it turned on. Okay, maybe a little hard to see, but it's easier to actually for me to see it. There's a yellow light turned on there. There's actually one lower too. So with the Minn Kota digital chargers, it yellow light means it's charging. Then it goes into a flashing yellow mode. Basically, it lowers the charging a little bit when it gets near full, and then it'll turn to green, and when it's flashing green, it's full, and then it'll go to a solid green, which means it's kind of on standby. So these were both green the other day, but it obviously will lose the little charge just sitting parked out in the driveway. But anyway, so it works. Okay, so here's the finished project. All my rods fit on my deck and do not interfere with the plug. So if I'm camping somewhere where I got power to plug in the boat and leave my rods on the deck, I still have room to plug that in. Plus, another reason I put it over here is for the so it wouldn't get stepped on all the time, because that's where my rods usually are. But there's the finished project. It's nice and clean. As far as I know, I didn't hit any wires, so everything should work as it should. But we are ready to go get back on the water. Well, okay, so there you have it. The onboard charger power port by Minn Kota. It's a no splice way to put a charging port on your boat, and no cutting wires, and I'm 90% sure that it's gonna fit pretty much every charger out there on the market. I did buy 2 of them. Here's the second one still in the package, because I'm gonna put one in on a single. Up front I got a dual charger because I'm running 24-volt battery system, and so I'm gonna get a second charger, put it in the back, and have that charge the rear battery. In which that case I just have to run a split and run 2 extension cords, which is no big deal. But anyway, simple install. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Okay, so I twisted her coat hanger back together again. Looks almost as good as new. I'll just sneak back into her closet, hang it back up, and she will never know.